Are they okay? The car come right when I'm trying to get it. Yeah.
Well, my individual area, but if you're not an area that's not exactly.
Yes, there's a news guy.
They shouldn't poke me in the eye.
Now that you get a little further away from,
There you go.
provide clear estimates as you get further away from that. But those areas that we're directing, it's going to be several days of assessment.
They can't be there now.
To provide ample idea of that. So if you are unable, if you need power to
Comes all together now.
this storm with a major wind
Check on JT.
the Katrina was a wind event that was primarily damage to our system, was primarily driven by water. So this is worse from a wind perspective than Katrina. Now, comparing last year to Laura, the lessons learned and the challenges we have there are going to serve us well as we go about and leverage those experiences to be.
One follow-up question for you. When you say 7 to 10 days, this may be a silly question, but does that begin the 7th, does the count start when the assessment is done? I mean, I know you're just in the process now of assessing the situation, so...
After a similar event, a lot of damage to the high-voltage substation lines out in March, so we're pushing some corners to bury the power lines or to in some way harden the structure. You may find that's the case again. Is that feasible? Is that something that could even be done where we wouldn't be faced with this kind of time and again event where it just happens every several years to part of our area?
Learn Warfare Academy.
Following Katrina, following this we have continued to make investments in upgrading our system. So, since that time when we built the transmission line, it is designed to a higher wind standard, 150 miles an hour. Substations have the critical components elevated so they're out of harm's way from water and so forth. Existing substations, we've gone back and elevated those critical components. We have, in some cases, built seawalls around those substations, and for some temporary solutions like Mandeville and that kind of thing. So those investments are ongoing, but the reality is the cost to vary what in Louisiana is 6,000 miles of transmission line and probably six-fold that for distribution lines would be extraordinarily expensive.
I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions or billions of dollars?
I would think that in a lot in between tens of billions of dollars, if not approaching 100 billion.
So, I mean, one of the things you're assessing is the fact that these high voltage transmission lines, which there's so much of a problem in Gustav. I've been out in the marsh. I've seen some concrete bases and some steel structures. They certainly.
We are in the process of doing those assessments now.
There's a big old tree down there.
We're telling you as the day goes on and over the next couple of days. We know that during Hurricane Laura, the new higher standard infrastructure fared very well during that storm. This storm had a little higher wind. I know, for instance, you may have saw a photograph of a tower that collapsed across the sea. Whether or not the infrastructure we have, the standard.
Philip May, the CEO of Energy Louisiana, and May has another question for you.
Mr. May,
It's inside or on the roof.
We've seen pictures and video of it that has.
Is this where we used to come and get our
When people see that, that's when
nuts?
The
No, this ain't the street.
Flying. Okay, if this tower went down, it's going to be weeks, obviously before we have power. But is that tower the one that, is it true that it provides power to Orleans and Jefferson Parish, and that's why people in those two parishes are so concerned it could take weeks and not days for the power to be restored?
That tower
just
Oh, my dash went dead and it came back alive.
The lights back on.
probably because the lighting is changing.
No, it's never done that before. They go to bing, 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 like it first like open the door or something. No, it's never done that before.
Slow down. Mm-hmm.
We drove across power lines over the interstate, so one of their priorities would be get the power lines up to everyone in the school. So that's sort of like
Here it is.
I couldn't tell what's going on, but I got it on screen. That's all right. Oh, they can go around.
so
to last for the next few days. So it's been an interesting 24 hours. It looks like it's going to be that way for quite some time. Back to you.
Half your patients if you in need of gas.
Your disturbance start to develop in the next 5 days there. Otherwise, while we were dealing with Ida, and the impact of those winds are going to shift significantly, and that brought those severe winds, especially in Jefferson, Orleans, and to some extent St. Bernard. The Jefferson's winds in St. Charles were much higher than they were in the East St. Bernard Parish, even though we know that we had hurricane.
Bears down. I've been taking pictures of this thing for the last year. I've been complaining about this for the last year or more. There's that boat right there.
I get that.
The shot, you can just put up the camera. You can just put up the camera. You can just look, I do not know how to do this. This is all
That's wild.
Don't be scared.
That was wild.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can see by that.
Looked like it was half of it from over there to over there.
Like it was falling, they cut it, to open up the road, and the trees went up in the air on the other side of the line.
There are power outages issues here as we take us back up. You can see, just on the energy map here, there are certainly some power outage issues in the Baton Rouge area. Actually, we can try to find East Baton Rouge Parish on here. That's the area, 88%. So which one did I just put? East Baton Rouge, there you go, 65%. So it just shows you, where's what our area?
98%.
Yeah, 65%. So they had some damage here, obviously, but close to the extent of the damage we had in New Orleans. We're going to go to another report now, right?
Sabrina Wilson is, she took a little tour of Algiers where they did see some flooding. The Hurricane Ida roared through the New Orleans area, and there are plenty of signs she passed through. Just take a look at all of this street flooding in the Algiers section of New Orleans. It shows signs of Ida's strong rains. This is General de Gaulle as Shirley Drive, and some parts of the road are completely impassable.
This is the worst I ever seen it. I don't know how these people gonna survive, 3 weeks with no electric, water.
Yeah, this heat.
I don't see how they gonna do it. You talking about like a month, the water gonna be off, the electric gonna be, I don't see how these people gonna do it.
The drivers are inching down General de Gaulle. People we talk to who are trying to get through the water say it's frustrating. They say not only the flooding is irritating, but they also say they want water, they want food, and of course they want electricity. Now, some drivers are inching down General de Gaulle through the water, but suffice it to say, people should be careful in this area. Public officials are urging people to actually stay off the roads because they're down power lines, and as you can see behind me, lots of street flooding in some areas. Reporting from Algiers, I'm Sabrina Wilson, Fox 8, Local First. It was starting to recede.
Oh, that house collapsed.
I headed up here to Baton Rouge.
The framework was up, but it collapsed.
Than we were used to seeing in Slidell.
All right, let's. We want to continue going to reporters and taking you around the area. We're going to go. Our sister station, as we said, we're here working out of WAFB in Baton Rouge. They sent a reporter, Chris Rosado, who, if you watch our newscast, you've seen his reports in our newscast on some home damage.
We've never experienced anything like this. That was Melanie Mulder. She returned home for the first time following Hurricane Ida. If I had cell service, I would not have come over here. I would have called and they would have told me that everything was fine. Riding out the storm in her sister's house. Leanne Duty says the experience was very scary. Last night, when we were going through, the eye of the hurricane, it was very scary. The winds were very rough and lots of noises. We heard lots of what we think were tornadoes. David Quinn also had damages to his home. Yes, I had a
That was a concrete.
About 12 o'clock. And we lost like 15 big trees in the yard. But the main one was the one that went through the house.
That'll be embarrassing.
It's really messed with.
Quinn, a business owner, says it's stressing
That would be bad. Just built the damn framework and the thing collapses on you. Damn. There's that's the roof. I mean, the roofs look like these. That's a 2-story house.
Now let's get to Chris Rosado, who has an update for us in Homer.
There were no rules for Mother Nature that should change the face of Homer. Marshall has lived in his trailer for 21 years. Now, when he calls home, only a shell of its former self.
Man. They're throwing them up too. They are throwing them up. Hey.
And they right here by this thing.
Yep. Where the power comes from right there.
Yeah. They were saying that caused cancer at one time.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Brain cluster or something like that.
You hear the wind hitting against the house. We were standing on the back patio right now. I don't really know what to do right now.
things that are most important.
Cherish your family.
Yeehaw.
Except with the whole family.
Yeah, they open. They probably bringing stuff up. Probably could went got you some bread.
Take 3 weeks for power to restore simple high power in a day or two, while others will take longer depending on the extent of damage. If power connections were ripped from the side of a home, an electrician will have to address the problem before energy can restore power. So, I mean, look, that's
really good information.
That's important information and a big deal for people because when you have a transmission tower, you only have energy in the river, and there was concern that right across the
your power line is ripped from the side of your home. The electrician had to fix that for engineering
to get it restored. But Scott Walker saying that it can work around, I guess, a book around. Talk about that. Get around, work around it, and it'll improve this for 90%.
I don't know, you're okay.
Literally looks like the waters are rising.
Exactly.
It just goes to show you there's a lot of
there's a lot of movement.
There's a lot of movement there.
Yeah, there is. We can get out of that. And again, what time is 7:17? We expect the Jefferson Parish newspaper's going to come in about 13 minutes. Really important update, hopefully, from Energy. And again, Orleans Parish residents, we're going to try to get someone from the Orleans City Council. For those of you who know Orleans City Council,
Yeah.
so they regulate that. So we'll try to get some information from them.
In the meantime, let's see.
Coming down and causing a little bit of damage on a neighbor's home. The storm was a beast as it roared through St. Tammany and the North Shore. Certainly a lot of people have much bigger problems than I do, but it's been a bit more direct here. As you can see, some of the railings are bent, but she's still floating, and we will try and get her to float another day. As they've been told, there are plenty of other boats that have sustained some damage here in some of these marinas. But